In this video, we'll see how we can use the C programming language to print basic strings and use escape sequences which are supported by C programming language. Now, a character string in C is defined whatever you write within double quotes. Whatever you write within double quotes. Okay, so it is referred to as string constant, so within double quotes. Okay, we call it a string constant just because we know that the contents of a string constant cannot be modified. I have made a small program to demonstrate the effect of printing a string constant onto the screen. Okay, now let me invoke it. So this is the program on the right window. This is the program written in standard C programming language using Nano Editor, and I have on the left hand side window, this window, I have already in this window I have already made the executable file ready, and here is the C source program. Now here, for any C source program, for doing any input or output with standard input and output devices, and C language standard input device is a keyboard and standard output device is monitor. Okay, so this is known as a header file. stdio.h is standard input output.h. You can remember it like this. And hash include is referred to as a preprocessor directive. So this is a standard header file. Okay, so if you want to print something onto the monitor, we use printf standard library function, which is declared in stdio.h header file. So this is the way you hash include any header file. So this is a standard header file. Okay, so all standard C compilers must have this header file available. Okay, now on the left hand side, now one thing more. Every statement of C programming language terminates in semicolon. Normally we call it a statement terminator. Okay, so if this does not appear, it means the statement has yet not ended, barring few situations where opening brace and closing brace make the block of statements. Okay, so that closing brace need not to terminate in semicolon. That is a different issue. We'll come to it in some other video. Okay, so now let me execute this program for you and see what is the effect. I have already made few programs. So this is new line. Now you can see here the first printf here, it has effect of the first output, learn space C up to this point, and the effect of second printf, learn space C \n. Here it is the special sequence \n. So first printf prints learn C, and immediately after that second printf takes effect. But the third printf, this starts printing after the second printf, but in this second line. Now you can see here, this is the effect of this much part, learn C \n. It comes here. Now the third printf learn this one, okay, and \n, and then C. So this backslash brings the cursor to the first column of the next line. So this \n is referred to as new line character. So I have put two new line characters here in this third printf. So the first one brings capital C to the first column of the next line here like this, and the second one, the cursor comes back to the first column of the next line after printing this, the prompt string. Okay. So this is the, now new line character is nothing but a special escape sequence about which we'll see now. So in C programming language, no default new line character. So it is unlike Python programming language where there is a default new line character appended. Okay. Print, in this case, print this one, learn \n. So \/ is referred to as escape character, and \n is referred to as escape sequence. By escape character, we mean that the character immediately following \, has special meaning and effect. Like \n, if it appears in printf, it will not print n, it will bring the printing cursor to the first column, first character position of the next line. Okay. Now, \n is a new line character which gets expanded into two characters. One is carriage return, line feed. We can understand the effect of \n by making use of an old manual typewriter typing mechanism. Here we see we have a typewriter, and this is called carriage. Okay, and here somewhere here we insert the page for printing, and you then roll it, and it comes somewhere here, and this is the printing head. Printing head remains static. Okay, now by default or the initial position, initial state, this carriage is to the extreme right. So the printing head gets aligned to the first column of the beginning of the page. You keep on typing. As you keep on pressing the keys, the paper keeps on moving, and entire carriage keeps on moving towards the left hand side. When you reach to the leftmost position, this carriage reaches to the leftmost position, it means you have reached to the rightmost position of the paper on the same line. Now, if you wish to print on the next line, what you have to do is you have to move carriage to the rightmost position again, but at the same time we press this lever downwards a bit so that the paper scrolls up one line. So moving carriage to the original position is referred to as carriage return, and moving this lever downwards to scroll the paper up is nothing but the line feed. So from this we can understand that what is the effect of carriage return and line feed. So just like \n new line character, there are other escape sequences, and all these sequences have been supported by C programming language. Now you can see here, if you want to print single quote by making use of escape character or escape sequence, it is / single quote. If you want to print double quote, put it behind \. If you want to print \, then for \, we can use a double \ to print the \. Then \n we have already seen. \r, here nothing but the carriage return. What does it do? it brings the cursor to the first position of the same line. It is not the line feed. Form feed, its effect is bringing cursor to the same position but in the next line. I distinctly remember in days of Microsoft Disk operating system, using the printing on the paper, this \F used to mean that we need to start printing on the next page. So if you have printed something on the page, remaining page you want to skip and start afresh, then we used to send this \F form feed. Now in programming languages, this vertical tab, \V is vertical tab. So here effect of form feed and vertical tab is identical. This is very interesting. \T, that is a horizontal T. \B, its effect is just like pressing backspace key on your keyboard. \A is bell character, and in DOS days when we used to send this character onto the monitor, actually it used to generate a beep sound in the speaker of the personal computer. And this sequence tells me that 3 octal digits. We'll see its example a little while from now. And \X is XHH, hexadecimal digit of the code. Okay, so these are few escape sequences which are all supported by C programming language. So, now I have already made a program to demonstrate the effect. So on the right hand side, I need to exit this and I will say no. This program I have already written, and here I have already compiled this program which is appearing on the right hand side. So this program I have already compiled. Okay, and I will execute it for you. Sorry. Escape C. Now you can see here. So effect of this printf is this. I have deliberately used \N at the end. Normally we do it so that the effect of next printf can be visible. Okay, so printing single quote. It appears as it is, and \N brings the cursor to the next line, and here we say print. Now you can see here the effect of this escape sequence. Okay, then single quote. So single quote is printed here. Okay, printing double quote. The printing double quote, \double quote. Okay, printing \, then printing backspace. Now effect of backspace, printing the printf \N. Okay, now what happens is this line prints this line, but this printf learn \B. Look at \B here. It moves the cursor one space back and erases this character. Okay, so now you can see the output is LEAR followed by C. Okay, because LEARN here \NC. So it erases the last character and starts printing from that location. Now printing of let me erase it. Printing of effect of carriage return. So carriage return printf. Now you can see here learn \RC. As I told you, \R is carriage return. It brings the cursor to the first position of the same line. Okay, so what is its effect? This one. L was here, LEARN. Okay, then followed by carriage return. So cursor goes to the first position of the same line and then it prints C, and then the cursor goes to the first column of the next line. So C overrides the first character of the previously printed string. Now the effect of form feed. Okay, so now you can see here, learn \f C \n. What is the effect? Learn comes here and C gets printed on the same location where it was supposed to be printed, but in the next line. So vertically it shifts the printing position. Okay, now effect of print vertical tab is also same. Okay, you see here, same effect. Okay, now horizontal tab has a you can say special effect. Now what is special effect? Now you can say horizontal tab, printf, learn \t, C \t, today \n. So \n will bring this cursor here, you can say, after printing the prompt, this one. Okay. Now what has happened is \t is supposed to skip few spaces or insert few spaces on the monitor. And the horizontal tab follows the same old Unix rule of inserting 8 spaces in place of \t. You can say \t is equal to 8 space characters. You can understand by this. Okay, now I can see if I count, and if I bring my cursor to this line, now you can see keep this J below L. So we can count J. So this character is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now in 9th positions C is printed. So difference space between first string and second string, which is of course of one character only. So this much space. But the space between these two is more. So how? The space would be in integral multiple of 8. So after first step, the next string will start getting printed from either 9th location or 17th location or 25th location. So you can count here. This is now 9. C is at 9. Then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, this one 16, and then 17. T is just at the 17th location. Okay. So these are the escape sequences. And this \A, which is bell character, it has no effect nowadays. So we don't use it. Okay. Now there are some 7-bit ASCII control codes. All ASCII codes whose values are below 32, they are referred to as ASCII control codes. Now this, for example, null, start of heading, start of text, end of text, acknowledgement, then you can say data link escape, negative acknowledgement. These are the control codes which can be identified easily by people who work on communication, computer communication field, who work in computer communication field. These codes are transmitted on communication channel. Okay, so we will not be making any use of them here. What we are interested in is these. Backspace we have already seen. Horizontal tab you can see. Then this is the line feed. ASCII code is 0A. In hexadecimal, decimal number it is at 10. Hexadecimal 0A. Octal 012. Then vertical tab, form feed, and carriage return. So what we are interested in, which we have discussed a few minutes ago. So we'll be making use of these. So let me show you an example. I will show you the example with some programs which I have already made. Here I have seen ASCII.c. So here I will just exit this program. Nano C, sorry, ASCII.c. Okay, and this is the 7-bit ASCII printable codes. So to save space, I have removed octal equivalents. So H stands for hexadecimal code and S stands for corresponding symbol. So you can see here. Okay. So ASCII code for 0 digit 0 is 30 hexadecimal. Okay, and where is it? Here it is. This one. Capital A has a hexadecimal ASCII code of 41 and lowercase a is 61. So decimal equivalent is 97 and here it is decimal equivalent is 65. Okay, so backslash has this ASCII code. So if you want to print backslash, you can simply print that code corresponding to hexadecimal 5C. Sorry, it is not 68, it is 5C. 5C is the hexadecimal ASCII code for backslash character. So let me show you the code and its effect. Okay, now same code, hash include stdio.h, it is required, and printf learn. Now you can see 0D 0A 0D hexadecimal. So this is the way we write hexadecimal code. Backslash x and then following 2 digits must represent the hexadecimal code of either escape character, escape sequence, or some printable ASCII code. Backslash x0a is line feed. x43 is ASCII code for capital C. I have deliberately used it here. And here I have used in the second line, learn like this, 015, which is octal equivalent of 0D, 012, which is octal equivalent of 0A, and C. Here I have used capital C. Here in the previous line I had used the hexadecimal equivalent. So now see the effect. If I execute it, you can see the effect. Learn is the first line here, first string. Here's a part of this string. Now 0D 0A is carriage return line feed. 0D is carriage return, 0A is line feed. So cursor goes to the first column of the next line and then followed by hexadecimal code of capital C. So it prints C. Okay, here. Now the next printf, learn is printed here. Okay. Then octal equivalent of a carriage return 015. So it goes to the same position. Okay. But followed by, since it is being followed by 012 octal code of a line feed, so cursor comes to the next line and then it prints capital C. Now due to backslash n, cursor again goes back to first column of the next line and it prints this learn C, which is nothing but all codes written in hexadecimal. Backslash x4c is L, capital L, 65 hexadecimal 65 is E, and so on. Here 20 is space character. Hexadecimal x20 is a space character which is equal to 32. So this is the code generated or the effect produced on the monitor when you press the space bar character. Okay, so in this video we have seen how we can print basic strings and make use of various ASCII codes and escape sequences. That's all in this video. Thanks for